Hello, honors pre-calculus students. Today's learning target is to draw m of x. So I'm going to draw an axis. So we know that the period is pi over b, which is pi over 1/4, which is 4 pi. So I'm going to go out to 4 pi. I'm going to cut that in half. I'll cut that in half, and then I'm going to put the 3 pi. I'll also go in the negative direction. And looking at the 5, that tells me the graph is going to be vertically stretched by a factor of 5. So I'm going to go up to 5 and down to -5. And again, I'm going to make a little xy table. If I plug in 0, I get the cotangent of 0. The cotangent of 0 times 5 is going to be undefined, so I will have a vertical asymptote on the y-axis. If I were to plug in pi, I get the cotangent of 1/4 pi. The cotangent of pi over 4 is 1, times 5 is 5, so I'm up at pi 5. If you plug in 2 pi, you get the cotangent of pi over 2. The cotangent of pi over 2 is 0, times 5 is still 0. If you plug in 3 pi, you get the cotangent of 3 pi over 4. So you're at point D. The cotangent of 3 pi over 4 is -1, times 5 is going to be -5. And if you were to plug in 4 pi, you get the cotangent of pi, so you're at point E. The cotangent of pi is undefined, so you're going to have another vertical asymptote. So the graph of m looks like the following. You can see that the period is 4 pi. You could continue this in the negative direction. So I'll draw an asymptote there just using the pattern. And then you're up at 5 when x is -3 pi, back at 0, and back at -5. And then you can draw that graph.